We have a Galaxy A05. It's dead. It's dead. It's not turning on. It's not turning on. Let me do a little check using Type C. I have a power bank here, and I'm using USB meter so that we'll be sure of what we are doing. The USB meter is saying that the power bank is supplying nothing less than 5 volts, which is good enough. And when we put this, it's taking 0.48. 0.48 that's 480 milliamp, saying like that the the battery is low, so it's trying to at least charge the battery very slowly. But then let's confirm that from the battery itself. The meter is set to voltage. You can see DC voltage. I don't know if the camera can see it. Let me turn on the light. Oh, sorry. All right, you can see DC. So DC voltage. Let's check. So checking the battery directly from the board, we have 3.854, and the battery is not charging. 3.854 is good enough to turn on the phone. In fact, 3.7 should turn on the phone. That's good enough. And even if it's not turning it on, at least as soon as I plug the charger, we should have display on the screen. And let's say the screen is good. Let's check the possibilities. Let's say, okay, the phone is turning on, but the screen is not good. If that is the case, then we should not have 0.4. We should have at least maybe 1 amp, and we actually have 1 amp. This phone is being funny. So we have 1 amp here. If we have 1 amp here, then we should have our battery charging. Let's check again. DC, and the battery is 3.9, 3.932, 3.93334. Now the battery is charging. Could it be that the screen is actually bad? This phone is actually charging. If the phone is charging and we don't have anything on the screen, possibly it will mean that the phone screen is bad, or the display section on the panel is bad. All right, let's try and isolate that. Let's use DC. The DC is set to 4.4 volts. Can the camera see it? 4.4 volts. So I am using 2 wire. This is not a regular Android phone. If it's a regular Android phone, plus and minus will not turn it on. But Samsung, plus and minus is enough to turn it on. If it's a regular Android phone, it will require maybe battery ID, maybe temperature or something like that. So I will have to use battery connector, maybe something like this, to connect it to the phone. But then this Samsung, I don't need that. So I'll just connect it directly, plus and minus. This is VBAT. It's not labeled on the phone. This is VBAT, while this is a ground. So this white is the ground and this red is the VBAT. So I'll use my hand to hold the two. And looking at the DC, without turning on the phone is already taking 0. Okay. Oh, I plugged charger. Sorry. That's good enough. It's not taking any current. So let's try and turn it on. Let's try. My hands are busy, so it's not very easy. So any ground, I can use this on any ground, the minus on any ground, then I'll put the plus on the VBAT. So pressing the power button, the DC. So we have 0.0, we have 0.30, 0.30, 0.31, and it's stuck there. It's not going forward. So the phone is actually not turning on. Let's try it again. Stuck on 0.3, and 0.3, with that current, the power IC should be on already, the CPU should be on already. So that should be eMMC, meaning the memory. It should be the memory problem, and if it's the memory problem, two things. Probably our memory is dead, or there's a dry joint. So if the memory is dead, the phone is gone because we don't have a replacement. But if it is a dry joint, then what we will do is that we will replace, sorry, we will reball the memory. And looking at this, it seems somebody did that already, or maybe some times ago somebody tried fixing it through that method. They have cut this place. This place should be covered. So this is our CPU and this is our memory. So we'll remove our memory and we will reball it and fix it back. So if it is dry joint, then the problem is fixed. If it is bad memory, sorry, the phone is gone. We don't have replacement. What do I mean by dry joint? Sometimes when after a while, the solder that they use to connect those IC to the panel, they get weak and they break. Some of them will just break, and some of them will break and it will disconnect from the panel. Let's see if we can identify the name of the on the IC so that we can show the difference between the CPU and the memory. This one is a MediaTek device, so the CPU will be MediaTek. So and the memory can come from any company. Let's check on the microscope. Under the microscope, okay, this is the CPU, MediaTek, 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 and the name is MT6769B. MT6769B, the thing turned upside down. So this is our memory. So we'll be removing the memory, we'll reball it, and we will fix it back. All right. I set my rework station to 350 degree, and the air is 50. So we'll be removing that. I'll be pausing the video so that I'll not waste time. Any regular engineer should know how to remove the memory. So we'll remove it. While we remove, we pause the video. And after remove it, we'll reboard it and fix it back and see what happens. All right. So I'll remove the memory. Like I said, somebody already worked on this before. Maybe they repaired this phone before, or maybe somebody attempted fixing it and it did not work. This is the memory. This is the interface of the memory. I'm showing it under the microscope so that it will be clearer. Sorry. This is the memory. This is the memory itself, the band, and this is the interface of the board. So we'll quickly clean it and we'll reball it. We'll reball the CPU. We'll clean the interface of the on the board, and we'll reball the memory. It won't take long. This should be a very fast job. I pray it works. I pray our memory is not dead. So I'll not be using soda wick. You don't need to. It doesn't have to be totally flat. This is good enough. If you have good soldering iron, you use good paste. It's good enough. You can clean it and it will be neat. Okay, we don't have any missing leg. That's nice. So if we have any missing leg, first we identify if that leg is useful or not. If it is, it will mean that we will have to make jumper. But if it is not, we have to delete. So the first thing I'll clean this. I'll clean the memory. Sorry. Zoom, focus. Okay. All right. So I'll clean the memory so that it will not disturb the reballing I want to do. You can use any uh, board cleaner. Anyone will do. All right. So tissue. Oh, this one to join together. Activity paste. Okay, I think this side is going to join together. So activity paste to clean it, to separate it rather. Alright. So I'll clean the paste off. I'll clean the sodium paste off. I did not prepare for this video. I was supposed to have gotten all the material I use ready. Yeah, okay, this is not far good. But it's not ready, like I said. Not clean. Okay, so it's the stencil. Set it in place. Then lighting paper. I'll be using 180. Let's see it. I'm not advertising the maker. I'm using 183 degrees C. The soda paste is 183 degrees C. The essence is for proper soldering. 138 we also do the soldering, but then it will be weak, it will break very easily. So dry joint will occur. Probably the person that did it earlier used that. So it did not last. So let's try. Let's hope it does. The thing does not have to melt immediately. You be gentle with it. And I can actually see some leg very tall, so the thing is not regular. I will use razor to trim it. Some of them are very large, while the other are regular. So I will trim everything so that they will be of the same height, so that it will sit properly on the board. Be gentle with it, like I said, and peel it off from the IC. The interface can peel off from the IC if you put too much pressure. You can see some of them are so tall that I was able to trim them, while some of them barely get to the top. So just a small touch to make everything of the same height. All again. This is not a kind of work that will just continue taking the time. If it doesn't work, you know it will not work. That's just the truth. Except maybe this is how I do this kind of job. If the memory is dead, I do buy scraps. So I'll just hope that I will get a scrap that the memory will not have died. Maybe to have a dead CPU, a dead power IC, or dead whatever, dead anything else that's not memory. And then I'll use the memory and use it to fix it. Like I have a Galaxy S10e, that I want to fix. When I check the memory is dead. I don't have the scrap, so the phone is as good as it is now. But hopefully, maybe somebody watching this video might have the scrap that can sell to me. I'll be willing to buy from you, so that at least you can revive this person's phone. Your money will not waste totally. Alright, you can see the interface of the memory already. The board is already set. You can see. Let me see. So everything is mixed, everything is fine. So we'll fix it on the board, and hopefully the phone will work. Hopefully. There's no issue in putting it there. Let's just put it on the tissue and do it and let it go. Okay. Now this can be a bit tricky because the mark on the board is not really obvious. But then I don't know if the camera can pick it. There's a tiny mark here. I don't know if the camera can pick it. Then there is one up here too. Oh, it's covered by paste now. The paste cover it is here. If the camera can pick that, it's very small, very small. You can see it here. So we'll use that to set the memory in place. So I'm using the same temperature and hair to fix it back. It's the same temperature and hair I used to reball it. But then it does not mean that you must use the same temperature. You choose, you actually learn as you work. You learn as you work. If the thing remove very fast, like almost immediately you start hitting it, the temperature is too high. If the IC die or you hear a crack sound, the temperature is too high. If it's taking too long for the IC to remove, the temperature is too low. So as you work, you just learn with it and know what temperature to choose. Okay, I saw a capacitor joining here. I saw two capacitor joining together, so I'll just use a solder wick to pick the solder from them so that they will disconnect. The IC has fixed. How will you know? I was not concentrating, so I was trying to remove that leg. So if you are fixing it, the thing will move a little, but then if you didn't notice that when you tap it, it will go back to its original position. You know it has fixed. So let's quickly allow it to get cold. But I've done it now. Maybe an hand fan. I think I'll have to get more. I'll get an hand fan. It's still very hot. Don't bother rush to test it. Let it wait till you can touch it. Fix the board in place. Let's test it to see the result. Uh, Good. The phone is on. The phone is on. And it's taking 1 amp. 1.3, 1.3 amp, 1.0. You see, we have 37%. So let's try to on the phone. And good. Our phone is on. Samsung. Thank you. I do enjoy